Welcome to the Safe Lifting and Moving series. In this and in the following video program, we shall demonstrate various tasks that you have prepared for in previous programs. The 6 tasks that will be demonstrated are typical of the type of work you will be involved in sometime or another. So let's begin with task number 1, which involves the moving of a compressor weighing approximately 1 ton using crowbars and rollers to a new position about 10 meters from where it is standing. As with all lifting or moving tasks, the first step is to plan. Decide what method you'll need to use and what equipment will be necessary. Inspect the equipment to make sure it is in good and safe order and that you have everything you'll need. And then have the equipment brought onto the worksite. Before starting, make sure that only those involved in the actual job are in the area. Begin the lift by placing 2 wedges on each side of the base. This will allow a good leverage with the crowbars. The load is now lifted evenly until it is high enough to fit in 2 wedges beneath the base frame. The compressor is gently lowered onto these wedges. The same procedure is then carried out at the opposite side. Extra wedges are now used in order to lift the load further, until solid blocks can be installed in place of the support wedges. One side is now supported on blocks. The procedure is repeated on the opposite side of the load until the whole load is supported upon 4 blocks. To obtain extra height, a plank is used upon which some lift wedges can be placed. Again, one side of the load is carefully lifted until a pair of wedges can be fitted on top of the solid blocks. And the load rested upon them. The same procedure is then carried out to raise and support the opposite side. Continue to lift and wedge until the load is supported upon 2 blocks at each corner. Next, the 3 pipe rollers are carefully placed into position beneath the load. Two load-bearing planks are now placed on top of the rollers toward the edges of the load. Wedges are again used to raise the load gently, just enough to remove the support blocks from each side. In the same way, the opposite side is lowered onto the roller planks. For added support and safety, short planks are nailed to the roller planks. This is done at both ends of the load to prevent the load from shifting when it is rolled. The unit is now ready to be moved. And a final check is made to make sure all is secure. A fourth roller pipe is brought in, which will be used to place in front of the load when it is moved. The load is then carefully rolled forward. As the back roller is freed, it is quickly removed and placed in front, in a continuous action, all the while the load is moving, always keeping at least 3 rollers under the load at any given time, until the position is reached. When the load is stopped, the securing planks are removed from both ends. Once more, wedges are used in order to raise the load off the rollers and to fit support blocks to both sides. The load-bearing planks and rollers are next removed. Then the process of lowering the load can begin. Lowering is the reverse procedure of lifting. Crowbars are used to lift and place the load onto blocks and wedges. Removing the wedges, lowering onto blocks, then wedges, and finally down onto the ground. Stop the tape now and ask your course controller for the practical assignment for this section.